Hi, and welcome to the inaugural episode of 2000's Childhood Pop. I'm Mr. 96. You hear lots of people claim to be 80s kids or 90s kids, but now that I'm 21, I think it's time for me to look back at the 2000s kid that I am. If you're watching this, then you're probably familiar with my pop reviews, but this series will be a standalone thing. Looking back at 2000s pop isn't as simple as merely reviewing a song and deciding whether to recommend it or not. I'm taking a look at how these songs impacted my childhood and whether they deserve to hold a lasting legacy. Plus, I didn't start listening to pop on a regular basis until 2009, so this is a chance for me to look back at the songs I did remember as a kid. Okay, let's get started. When you ask who's the biggest teen idol of the 2000s, whose name comes to mind? Well, there's Shia LaBeouf, Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, Miranda Cosgrove, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Christy Carlson Romano. Okay, I'm stalling. It's obviously Hilary Duff. Good old Lizzie McGuire. All the guys wanted her, and all the girls wanted to be her. But I don't think people realize just how ingenious her brand was. What makes her more appealing than a Lindsay Lohan or Amanda Bynes is that she mastered the image of the relatable and awkward teen girl. Now, I know some of you may scoff at that notion. I mean, she's a good-looking blonde girl on a famous and iconic TV show. Who is she to portray your every girl? You want to know the answer? 'Cause it might shock you. Her secret to success is that she's a kind, intelligent, and wonderful human being. I'm not joking. Unlike most child actors and actresses, Hilary Duff is one of the few who's aged gracefully into adulthood. She may not be an A-lister like Justin Timberlake, but she still has a decently successful acting career as well as a clean record in terms of public image. I mean, the biggest controversy involving her that I can think of is for kissing her 4-year-old son at Disneyland. And because the internet is full of idiots, they found this offensive. How dare she be a loving and caring mom and one of the few Disney stars not to embarrass themselves on a regular basis? Bottom line, Hilary Duff is a fantastic person as well as role model for anyone to follow. And as someone who didn't watch Lizzie McGuire growing up, even I could say that she holds a special place in my childhood. So it's not hard to see why Hilary managed to speak to young teens very well. She displays a charm and likable personality Taylor Swift wishes she could have. She was the perfect teen idol. And seeing as how her career was ready to kick off after Lizzie McGuire, one of the biggest moments of both her acting and singing career was the Lizzie McGuire movie. This wasn't just a Disney Channel movie, this movie was played in theaters, so it was a big deal. It represented the potential peak of her acting career, as well as the beginning of her music career. Just to be clear, by the time I started watching Disney Channel, Lizzie McGuire just left the air, so I just missed out on the show as a kid. I decided to watch some episodes of the show for research, so here's my quick review of the show. If you can look past the horrible acting, sloppy editing, and dated pop culture references, Lizzie McGuire captures what it's like to grow up during your preteen years quite accurately. If there's one thing this show captures that many kids' shows don't get at all, it's that peer pressure isn't just annoying, it's depressing. And with social media and cyberbullying in today's world, it's something that we've unfortunately witnessed far too often. But let me remind you, this show is not a masterpiece by any means. The first few episodes are horrible. I mean, check out this Emmy-worthy scene.
We're not gonna starve.
We aren't?
No, son. We're gonna cook.
We're going to starve!
We just made Suicide Squad's editing look subtle! Ah! But over time, the show as a whole gradually improves its quality. One of the last episodes, which I personally really like, actually has a wonderful message about gender roles that really holds up today.
There are people that think that being strong is a boy thing, but that's because they're severely lacking in brains.
Yeah, let's see Meghan Trainor try to pull that off. To sum it up, as a 21-year-old, it's not my kind of show. But for kids, it definitely succeeds in talking to younger audiences. So, is the movie better than the show? Let's find out. So the movie starts with Lizzie's little shit of a brother trying to record embarrassing videos of her as she gets ready for middle school graduation.
Just like that. Oh
Now, notice how her clothes change within this sequence. And because it's a Disney movie, it won't admit that, through common sense, the brother is basically filming her stripping nude. Boy, this kid's taking this blackmail stuff really seriously. Gee, this just took a dark twist. Hey parents and kids, welcome to the Lizzie McGuire movie, where we imply underage nudity and blackmail. Now, tell me, how many childhoods do we just ruin? So Lizzie arrives at school, and popular girl Kate Sanders doesn't seem to be happy with Lizzie.
Only you would think that you could hide that powder blue, puffy-sleeved, it's kind of a peasant dress, but it might just be a baggy disaster of questionable fiber content that you wore to the spring dance. Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater.
Who cares? Seriously, bitch, who gives a shit? There's being a bitch, and then there's being a bitch for no reason.
But maybe I'm an outfit repeater, but you're an outfit rememberer, which is just as pathetic.
Real question. How is this Kate chick the popular girl? Aren't popular girls typically the hot chicks? Cause between her and Hilary Duff, I don't think guys are lining up to get some Kate.
McGuire?
Hey, Mr. Escobar.
Margaret Chan either has Ebola or a very bad cold.
Oh, that joke hasn't aged well.
In any event, you're up
Up where?
at the podium. You're going to deliver the class president's speech.
Things take a turn for the worse when the valedictorian is sick, so Lizzie is forced to improvise a speech. Cause you know, nobody in the school wrote down a backup speech just in case.
The secretary-treasurer's next in line.
All I did was handle petty cash.
Well, I'm sorry, but you're not buying your way out of this.
God, no wonder the show felt real to kids. School faculty is full of shit!
Junior high is filled with embarrassing and awkward and sometimes just downright humiliating moments, right? I think Margaret Chan would want me to have some water right now.
And right on cue, Lizzie botches the speech, embarrasses herself, and gets publicly humiliated before her class trip to Rome.
I know you're still upset, but it wasn't that bad.
Oh, really, Mom? Was your junior high graduation on Good Morning America?
What kind of creep would send Diane Sawyer a video to embarrass you like that?
God, this kid's such a little shit. No wonder he becomes Jason Stickler.
David Gordon.
As the kids arrive in Rome, Lizzie's friend Gordo unfortunately has to share a room with Ethan, who's basically a 90s Biff Tannen if he smoked weed.
You want a little mano a mano? You see, some dudes get the approach, others the sting. Embrace the sting. That's what you're vibing here from Lizzie.
No, see, that would mean that I like Lizzie as more than a friend.
See, what do you mean you and I have trouble communicating, bruh?
While Lizzie has to be roommates with, you guessed it, Kate.
I understand your dream. It's a big dream. It's a huge dream. And you can't do it alone. In fact, I don't think you can do it at all. Let it go.
You know, I typically refrain from using the word bitch, but this chick is making it really hard. So the class tours through Rome the next day, and Lizzie runs into a hot, good-looking Italian singer named Paolo, and he's going to be the bad guy, isn't he? What a twist!
Wow.
On top of that, the Italian public mistakes Lizzie for Paolo's singer ex-girlfriend, Isabella.
Lizzie, can I see you again? Maybe tomorrow. Please?
No,
It's okay, I can cover for it.
In order to see dreamy fettuccine again, Lizzie fakes being sick while Gordo covers for her.
The other day when I saw you, I don't know, I had this crazy, I don't know.
what?
I had this crazy idea that maybe you could help me.
Later, Paolo reveals that Isabella left Italy after they broke up, and the record label is threatening to sue her if she doesn't show up to an award show.
But now, because Isabella's so mad at me, she's refusing to appear. The record company is threatening to sue her if she doesn't show up. She needs the help to sing.
You mean Isabella lip syncs?
And since Isabella lip syncs and lacks musical talent, Paolo wants Lizzie to pose as Isabella at the award show to help out Isabella's career because he's such a nice guy. Ladies, if a random guy in a foreign country asks you to perform a task for him out of kindness, turn around and walk away. As Lizzie continues to hang out with Bizarro Fez from That 70s Show, Gordo finds out that Lizzie, posing as Isabella, is scheduled to sing at the award show instead of just presenting an award, something Paolo suspiciously failed to mention to her. What? The European stranger she barely knows lied to her about a deal? That's common. Later, Queen Bitch Kate reveals that she knew Lizzie was faking being sick the whole time. But instead of telling the principal and kicking Lizzie off the trip, Kate decides that she wants to get something in return. So what does she ask for? Absolutely nothing.
I suppose you want me to keep quiet about this.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Well, I'll keep it quiet if you keep it quiet about me keeping it quiet.
That makes no goddamn sense! So, if I'm reading this correctly, her ultimatum is for Lizzie to keep the secret of Kate keeping Lizzie's secret?
They don't know that we know they know we know.
Okay, she's a popular girl, so maybe she doesn't want people to know she's helping Lizzie. But why even keep her secret in the first place if you're not benefiting from the initial situation? Seriously, why doesn't she just rat on her? She would benefit much more out of that. So what? Now they're just friends? Where's the build-up? Where's the character development? This makes no sense! Later, Gordo eventually reveals to Lizzie that she's scheduled to sing at the award show, and he justifiably warns Lizzie not to trust this guy.
Paolo didn't tell you?
No.
Don't you think it's kind of weird that he tried to hide this from you?
Oh my, can you believe it? Maybe it's just a last minute thing, Gordo.
Aren't these things planned for like months in advance?
You know, I like this kid. He's one of the few characters in kids shows who uses common sense.
Gordo, when did you become an expert on Italian award show thingies?
It's called common sense.
Yes!
Look, if you want to believe some Italian kid that you think you know after 2 days because he's an international superstar, is really rich and has nice hair, be my guest.
Gordo!
Lizzie confronts Paolo and asks him how she's going to perform without Isabella finding out. And I want you to listen to his brilliant and absolutely infallible plan.
So, what is Isabella gonna do when she sees me being her?
Ah, but she won't. She's off on some island trying to get over all of this.
Sir, I just happened to notice a couple of errors with your plan. I think you failed to account for the hundreds of friends and family calling Isabella's phone after the performance, the fan mail she'll receive after the performance, the tabloid media, or, oh, I don't know, the internet? My god, this guy is stupid. Whatever evil scheme he's planning is totally gonna backfire on him. So Lizzie sneaks out again, and not wanting Lizzie to get kicked off the trip, Gordo lies to the principal and says that he's been sneaking out the whole time.
Lizzie's upstairs. It's me. I'm the one who's been sneaking out.
Which makes no sense considering he's been with the class this entire time, but the principal falls for it and axes him off the trip.
You should look for your suitcase, Gordon. You're going home.
You want me to lip sync?
See? Just like Isabella.
Meanwhile, Lizzie and Paolo practice their lip syncing for the award show.
Have you ever seen such a beautiful night?
Oh, come on, Lizzie! His voice doesn't even sound remotely real!
When I see you smiling, I go, oh, oh, oh.
He's faking it! He's faking it!
He totally covered for you and got himself kicked off the trip.
Eventually, Lizzie finds out that Gordo took the fall for her. Feeling awful, as, you know, she should, she contemplates not showing up to the concert.
Okay, well, I'm never going to be able to get through this the way I feel now.
Okay, fine, quit. But then everything Gordo did will be for nothing.
Now you know things are bad when Kate starts making sense.
I'm with you, girl. It's almost as crazy as her all of a sudden becoming your friend. Psh, weird, right? Just before Gordo boards his flight home, he spots the real Isabella, who's come back to the country wanting to know who this blonde chick in the magazine is. But wait, I thought Paolo said Isabella would never find out. Gee, how could his plan have possibly failed?
My friend Lizzie is out there pretending to be you so that you don't get sued.
We need to talk in private.
What do you got there, little man?
Nothing?
Oh yeah, and this other pointless subplot. Lizzie's family notices the magazine and arrives in Rome wanting to see Lizzie. And if you like awkward Disney comedy, this part is just for you.
Lizzie, McGuire.
See, we are in the travel guide.
No. We're the parents of Lizzie.
I call a cab. It's very far.
Hey parents and kids, welcome to the Lizzie McGuire movie, where we apply underage nudity, blackmail, and cringeworthy, possibly xenophobic stereotypes. Yeah, give us your money. To be fair, as much as I complain about the nonsensical second act, the third act is surprisingly a legitimately good film. Before the performance begins, Gordo arrives with the real Isabella, who reveals that Paolo is the one that can't sing, surprise surprise, and he's just using Lizzie in a plot to ruin Isabella's career.
But Paolo would never do that to me. I don't believe you.
Come on, girl, he's using you!
Lizzie, who are you going to believe? This boy you are knowing your whole life? Or this boy you are just meeting who says, you shine with the light from the sun?
Because you shine like the light from the sun.
So Lizzie finally realizes that Gordo was right all along, which shouldn't be a surprise since he's the only logical character in this franchise. So just as Lizzie is forced to go on stage, Isabella has a brilliant plan to expose Paolo for his lies. Public humiliation.
Sandro, turn down Isabella's mic.
What's that?
Turn down the mic.
I could almost kiss the stars for shining so bright.
When I see you smiling, I go,
Okay, that's legitimately funny.
'cause in my heart, I know what this is.
This is what dreams are made of.
Sing to me, Paolo.
This is what dreams are made of.
As a music critic, I'm enjoying this. Paolo gets booed off stage, and Hilary performs What Dreams Are Made Of in what becomes the most iconic scene of her career. As a kid, this was the only scene I ever saw, but this never gets old. So Lizzie concludes her spectacular performance, and the movie ends here as Lizzie embarks on her new, record-setting pop career. Yeah, no. Lizzie's apparently going to go back to normal life along with her newfound international fame. 'Cause you know, that's what happens.
I thought after you found out all the things that I did, I would be grounded.
You're grounded for the rest of the summer, sweetheart. But we're really proud of you.
No, we do not blackmail our sisters.
Oh yeah, douchey McGuire here is still trying to do his blackmail shit or whatever the hell he's doing. But his plans get foiled.
No!
I was about to have purpose to this movie. Purpose!
Gordo?
What?
So the cute kids finally reach first base, and now the movie ends. And that was the Lizzie McGuire movie. Is it a 2000s gem that stands the test of time? No? Outside of our two leads, the acting's poor, the comedy's awkward, and the story doesn't make a lot of sense. I respect it enough for attempting to be an actual movie rather than just an extra long episode, but outside of Hilary and the iconic climax, there's not much to look forward to. If you've got kids, this movie's fine enough. But if you're looking for truly great 2000s content like Avatar The Last Airbender or Kim Possible that works for all audiences, this movie isn't that. I give it a 4 out of 10. Well, that concludes that. Let's talk about some actual 2000s music. Come Clean is next in part 2. So see you in about a week. Pop songs may come in numbers, but there's only one 96.